Berlin had that aura. And then, of course, it was, you know, the Nazi thing. I mean, there were so many things, so many sensibilities all juggling around in there that that vibration would be what turned David on, that's for sure.
Are you ready to see the show? Are you ready to see the show?
One of the things that we did in Berlin was to go to nightclubs. It was like a speakeasy. You would knock on the door and a little eyepiece would open up and you'd hear, yeah, and we go, oh, we're David Bowie coming to, and we go, oh, okay, and the door would open, and that person who said, yeah, would be a guy in drag. The entertainment was transvestite style entertainment. Romy Haag was completely different. It was like a space-age disco.
This club was for young people. It was like a discotheque, and we had a program. But was church music, but we made with bizarre artists, with dancers, drag queens, transsexuals, anything mixed on the stage with weirdo photos and things we were giving in the show. And these were like video clips. And because in those times they had no video clips, those pop stars would all come to see what happens to their music.
We'd have far more fun there than going to a rock nightclub. You know, this is real classy German entertainment.
Everybody was going out like that. You know, every night. But I think nowadays discotheques are open Friday, Saturday or something like that, 2-3 days a week. In those times you had a lot of discotheques and open every day and packed anyway, everywhere. The people had to sit on the dance floor, on the ground, and then a curtain in the corner opened, and then this power high energy show came out of it with loud music. He loved it. He was always sneaking in the corner and looking at it when he was loving it. He was such a boy. He was a little boy, a lovely boy who wants to have some inspiration, who wants to have life. There was like a Bowie hype, you know. I don't know, you can't compare it with nowadays with somebody. It was unbelievable. I had my club and I always had my Mercedes 600, and the stars always would get my car, you know, because they come mostly for the after party in my place. And I went with the whole crew to a Bowie tournee, to the Bowie concert, and we looked at each other, and that was it, right? That was it. And since then, he didn't leave Berlin. But he had to finish the tour. That even on the next day, he had a concert in Hamburg. He was 4 hours too late because he didn't want to leave. That started his love with Berlin. I was 23 years old. We were very young. We were very young, full of puberty. The first time I saw him, he was on stage and I was in the front. And we had a look to each other, and that was it. It was like no discussion about it. We have to do a time together. Wasn't a certain tension. Naturally, I fell in love with his eyes. This is the dressing room. This is just before the show goes on, and here you see a lot of wigs, and he loved all that. He loved to be in my dressing room because he was also looking up the clothes. When I was up doing the show, he was looking at the makeup things and trying the clothes on. There was 2 days after his new look, and we made some photos of us. He cut his hair. This was like, I don't know, 77 maybe, or 78, I don't know anymore. Something like that. He had some great ideas, great characters and all that. And I was do something complete else, but also with a lot of characters and a lot of things. So it was, you know, we had to be with each other we needed that for a time. We thought in those times, we were young, we thought it was a love affair. Oh, naturally, it was a love affair. It was a love affair. But if you see it back, and after all those years, you see it with different eyes.